Jaya Radha Madhavam Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhavam Kunja Bihari Gopi Chanda Bala Baba Girivaradhari Gopi Chanda Bala Baba Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Randana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Randana Yahavratira Vanachari Yahavratira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading today from Srimad-bhagavatam, 9th canto, chapter 15, text number 10. And the chapter is called Parasurama, the Lord's Warrior Incarnation.
Parasurama, Incarnация Господа.
So we'll share the screen. Okay, we'll chant the Sanskrit. Tadviditva muni praha Hadning kashtam akarashi Goro dandadara putro Vratate brahmaritamaha Tadviditva muni praha Hadning kashtam akarashi Goro dandadara putro Pratate Brahmavitamaha Tadviditva Muni Praha Patning Kashtam Akarasi Korodandadara Putra Ratate Bhavavidataha Vidamaha Tadviditva Muni Praha Patning Kashtam Akarasi Korodandadara Putra Pratate Brahmavitamaha Tadviditva Muni Praha Patnim Kashtamakarashi Korodandadara Putra Pratate Brahmavitamaha Tadviditva Muni Praha Patnim Kashtamakarashi Korodandadara Putra Pratate Brahmavitamaha. Word for word. Tat, this fact. Viditva, having learned. Muni, the great sage. Praha, said. Patnim, unto his wife. Kashtam, very regrettable. Akarashi, you have done. Gora, fierce. Dandadaraha, a great personality who can punish others. Putraha, such a son. Brata, brother. Te, your. Brahmavitamaha, a learned scholar in spiritual science. Translation. When the great sage Richika returned home after bathing and understood what had happened in his absence, he said to his wife, Satyavati, you have done a great wrong. Your son will be a fierce Kshatriya, able to punish everyone, and your brother will be a learned scholar in spiritual science.
Когда великий мудрец Кришна вернулся домой после моления, узнал о том, что произошло в его отсутствие, он сказал своей жене Сатьявати: «Ты совершила непростительную ошибку, твоего сына вырастет беспощадный шатер, способный покарать любого, а ты братца не даешь ему такого науки».
The Srila Prabhupada's purport. A Brahmana is highly qualified when he can control his senses and mind, when he is a learned scholar in spiritual science, and when he is tolerant and forgiving.
Считается, что если Брахман обладал своими чувствами, глубоко постиг духовные Он обладает всеми
A Kshatriya, however, is highly qualified when he is fierce in giving punishment to wrongdoers.
Однако Кшатрия является великим. Он прежде всего имеет слово наказывать порядка.
These qualities are stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verses 42 and 43. Because Satyavati, instead of eating her own oblation, had eaten that which was meant for her mother, she would give birth to a son imbued with a Kshatriya spirit. This was undesirable.
Об этих качествах Брамана и Кшатрии сказано в Бхагавад-гите 18:42. Поскольку вместо уготованного ей жертвенного дара Сатьявати съела тот, что предназначался для ее матери, у нее должен был родиться сын, обладающий нравом Кшатрии, а Сатьявати не хотела этого.
The son of a Brahmana is generally expected to become a Brahmana, but if such a son becomes a fierce like a Kshatriya, he is designated according to the description of the four varnas in Bhagavad Gita. Chaturvarnyam maya shishtam guna karma vibhagashaha.
Как правило, сыном Брамана ожидается, что он тоже станет Браманом. Но если он становится беспощадным, как Кшатрия, то его место в обществе определяется в соответствии с характеристикой четырехварны, данное в Бхагавад-гите 4.13. Варнянная система гунакармы.
If the son of a Brahmana does not become like a Brahmana, he is called a Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, according to his qualifications.
Если сын Брамана не вел качество Брамана, то в зависимости от качеств он может быть причислен к Kshatriya, Vaishya и Shudra.
The basic principle for dividing society is not a person's birth, but his qualities and actions.
Принадлежность в это к тому или иному условию определяется логическими качествами и поступками, а не происхождением.
Om Ajnana Ganachana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Nina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So remember from a couple of days ago when we were reading this, the sage Richika performed some sacrifice so that both his wife and his daughter could both have children. Each of them had, his wife wanted a son, and the daughter also wanted a son. So he performed a sacrifice that would benefit both of them for their having children, for the son.
Помните, когда вы начали пару дней назад историю, о том, что Брама, он совершил жертвоприношение, что его wife and daughter.
His wife, his wife means the wife would have one of them. Yes. So anyway, he performed the sacrifice, and the fruit of that sacrifice was some kind of prasadam. But it was there were two pots. One was meant for the mother, and one was meant for the daughter. So, but the mother, thinking that the daughter was the oblations would produce for her was probably better, so she ate it herself and gave the daughter hers. No, you know what I'm saying? Okay, say it was sweet rice. I don't know what pork was. So say there's 2 pots of sweet rice. One was especially empowered for the mother for having a son. Actually, Shakti, his son, and the other one was for the daughter, whose nature was Brahminical, I think, according to this. But the mother, thinking that the daughter's sweet rice would be better quality, she decided she would eat that which was for the daughter, and she gave the daughter her own. She switched them.
This daughter was of Richard.
I'm understanding that here. I'm not actually sure. I have to go and read the verses. And we'll do that. Maybe we'll read the translations just from the beginning, because it's just referring to your. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to read the translations up to this point. With the number 1, Sukadeva Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, from the womb of Urvashi 6 sons were generated by Parasurama. Their names were Ayu, Shutayu, Satyayu, Rai, Vijaya, and Jaya. The son of Shutayu was Vasuman, the son of Satyayu, Shutanjaya, the son of Raya was Eka, the son of Jaya, Amita, and the son of Vijaya, Bhima. The son of Bhima was Kanchana, the son of Kanchana was Hotraka, and the son of Hotraka was Chandu, who drank all the water of the Ganges in one sip.
Сына Шуркая звали Васуман, сына Психия звали Шурканджая, сына Рая Эка, сына Джая Амика, сына Виджая Дина был сын по имени Канчина. И Канчина был сын по имени Потрака, а у Потрака был сын по имени Джахна, который был законом всего Бхагавана.
The son of Janu was Puru, son of Puru was Balaka, the son of Balaka was Ajaka, and the son of Ajaka was Kusha. Kusha had 4 sons named Kushambu, Tanaya, Vasu, and Kushanava. The son of Kushambu was Gadi.
Сына Джахны звали Пуру, сына Пуру звали Балака, сына Балака звали Джака, сына Джака звали Гуша, 4 сыновей Гуши звали Кушаму, Таная, Васу, Кушанака, сына Кушаму звали Джака.
King Gadi had a daughter named Satyavati, whom a Brahmana sage, Richika, requested from the king to be his wife. Okay, so Richika married Satyavati, who was the daughter of a king. Okay, so King Gadi, however, regarded Richika as an unfit husband for his daughter, King Gadi. Okay, so So he told the Brahmin, my dear sir, I belong to the dynasty of Kusha, because we are aristocratic Kshatriyas, you have to give some dowry for my daughter. Therefore bring at least 1,000 horses, each as brilliant as moonshine, and each having one black ear, whether right or left.
О господин, наш род ведет начало кушать. Мы знатные кшатрии, поэтому ты должен дать нам жизнь за свою душу. Приведи мне хотя бы 1000 скакунов молочноделов, как у свет. И чтобы одно ухо, левое и правое, у каждого из них было черное.
When King Gadi made this demand, the great sage Raika could understand the king's mind. Therefore, he went to the demigod Varuna and brought from him 1,000 horses that Gadi had demanded. After delivering the horses, the sage married the king's beautiful daughter.
Услышал расследование солидарства и видел электричества, понял его замысел. Он отправился к полубогу Варуну и привел его на помощь. От того требовал дальше. Отдав своих скакунов, Ричика взял его красавицу дочку дом.
Thereafter, Richika Muni's wife and mother-in-law, says, this means the mother of the mother-in-law means the mother of the, his mother-in-law means the mother of his wife. Okay. Each desiring a son requested the Muni to prepare an oblation. Thus, Richika Muni prepared one oblation for his wife with a Brahmana mantra, this is it, and another for his mother-in-law with a Kshatriya's mantra. Then he went out to bathe.
Жена Ричика Муни и его теща присмотрели. Поэтому они попросили Муни принести жертву огню. Жертвенный дар для своей жены Ричика Муни приготовил Сматра Брахма, а для тещи Сматра Кшатри. После этого он раздался всех мгновений.
So meanwhile, because Satyavati's mother thought that the oblation brought for her daughter, Richika's wife, must be better, she asked her daughter for that oblation. Satyavati therefore gave her own oblation to her mother and ate her mother's oblation herself. Okay. And now today's verse again. When the great sage Raika returned home after bathing and understood what had happened in his absence, he said to his wife, Satyavati, you have done a great wrong. Your son will be a fierce Kshatriya, able to punish everyone, and your brother will be a learned scholar in spiritual science. Anyway, I'm still a little confused with it, but the idea is that when the sacrifice was performed, one oblation was done for the purpose for one who has Kshatriya tendencies, and one was performed, one was produced with the mantra for Brahminical tendencies. And these two ladies, they switched the ones. Because one lady was from a Kshatriya line, and the other was from a Brahmana line. And so they switched. So now the Brahmana is going to have a very fierce Kshatriya son, and the other lady is going to have, instead of a nice, and the Kshatriya will have a nice Brahmana son.
В общем, они перепутали все, перепутали, одна из них была самодостаточная, другая Брахма. И вот когда они перепутали английский,
In any case, the point here is that by performing this sacrifice, the one son became a Kshatriya, or the other son became the Brahmana, it was to make them first class in what they were in those particular tendencies.
Если они станут браманом, то это будет хорошая тенденция.
But of course, the Brahmana and the Kshatriya have two very different natures. There's a Brahmana who is quite a highly qualified Brahmana. A highly qualified Brahmana. You can understand his high qualification because he can control his senses, he can control his mind. He becomes a learned scholar in spiritual science. This is high-class Brahmana.
Брахмана высокого класса — это те, кто умеет полностью контролировать свои чувства, изучают себя и являются музыкальной духовной.
He's such a Brahmana. He's tolerant. He's forgiving. This is the nature of Brahmana. And then, on the other side, a Kshatriya, if he's actually a very good quality, high quality Kshatriya, he's not afraid to, if there's someone who needs to be punished, then the Kshatriya is very eager to do that. So, Satyavati, she was supposed to eat a particular oblation, but let me just read the sentence here again. Because Satyavati, instead of eating her own oblation, had eaten that which was meant for her mother, she would give birth to a son imbued with the Kshatriya spirit. So she was supposed to eat the oblation that for Brahmana, for a child with Brahminical tendency. So she was supposed to, but she took the wrong one. So now we're going to have, as a result, we're going to have a Brahmana family with a very fierce Kshatriya as their child, and a Kshatriya family with a nice Brahmana as their child. So so now we're going to have a Kshatriya family who wanted to have a Kshatriya son, but now their son's going to be very Brahminical, and the Brahmana family is going to have a son who will become a very fierce Kshatriya.
И в результате вот этого такого смещения произошло то, что в семье Брахмана появился очень такой суровый кшатри, а в семье кшатрия появился Брахман.
Anyway, Srila Prabhupada points out here that the varnashram system, the basic principle is not the birth, but their qualities and their action, guna karma.
Ну, так или иначе, чего Прабхупада указывает, что важно не рождение в такой семье, а именно качество, которое есть у человека, именно качество.
In modern times, in India especially, a person may be born in a Brahmana family. They're officially they're Brahmana, but they may have, maybe a Shudra mentality or some other mentality, but they're considered, I am a Brahmana because my father, my grandfather, and great grandfather were Brahmana.
Ну, просто как происходит в современном мире, особенно в Индии, когда человек рождается в браманической семье, вот, у него качество шутка, но он гордо считает себя браманом, заявляет, что он является браманом, он себя браманом.
So the varnashram system was actually very scientific.
Система варнашрама была очень научной.
It's not what people have come to call the modern deviation from that, which they refer to as the caste system. In the varnashram system, you were designated according to your activities and your nature and your activities. And that is actually very important, not just for the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, but for it means that anyone, even in Western world, even anyone by developing the qualities of a Brahmana, Vaishnava, like that, then such a person, by developing that quality, they become that. No one is restricted.
И даже сейчас в современном обществе человек, который развивает какие-то способности, он не является в состоянии его сместиться с этого положения.
In fact, if we were trying to follow what's known as the caste system, none of us would have a chance to become Krishna conscious. None of us would have that chance. But Srila Prabhupada very fiercely fought against this caste system principle. He said, if you develop the qualities of a Brahmana, then you become Brahmana, even no matter what kind of birth you had.
Прабхупада очень бесстрашно сражался с системами каст, которые навязывают свою точку зрения. Прабхупада говорил, что независимо от рождения, по вашим качествам определяется, в каком условии вы находитесь.
Srila Prabhupada got much criticism from the caste brahmanas, even basically the caste brahmanas, when he was giving initiations and Brahminical initiations, especially to his Western disciples. Some people became very critical of Srila Prabhupada.
И некоторые люди очень сильно критиковали Прабхупаду за то, что вот он проповедовал то, что качество, точнее, по качествам человека определяется какой важный.
But Srila Prabhupada didn't care. He knew Lord Krishna's instructions.
Но Шрила Прабхупада это никак не вникала, он как-то знал
And he knew that if someone took up the path of Krishna consciousness and gave up sinful life, sinful activities, then anyone could become not only Brahmanically inclined, but Krishna consciously inclined.
Шрила Прабхупада говорил, что надо стремиться не склоняться не к каким-то там выбору, а именно к гармоническому плану.
Anyway, there's a few points here. Any questions, comments? No? Okay, no one online. Okay, then we will end for today. We'll continue with this Srimad-bhagavatam class tomorrow. And this afternoon we will be chanting the whole Bhagavad Gita.
When?
Today. Today is Gita Jayanti. 3:30. Yeah, well, that'll also be screened. And we'll put the verse up on the screen.
Сегодня до Янки, потом в 3:30 мы начинаем здесь читать Бхагавад-гиту, будет стрим,
Should go from about 3. I'm not sure what time it'll end. Maybe end by 7 o'clock. Okay.